Welcome back. Look at this picture here. That's little Emily Parker. Lost her life in the tragedy at Newtown. Believe it or not, it's been a year when a gunman killed 20 children like her and 6 staff members before killing himself. Well, Emily's mom, Melissa, shared her memories, her thoughts in a video blog, not only about her daughter, but about her life. And it's worth the 4 minutes, let me tell you that, because it starts with some of the dark things she was holding on to. And let's listen to that.
It's hard to imagine a world that didn't have that goodness and that selflessness in it. We received a box from the police of Emily's clothing that she was wearing. I had to see how she was hurt. And that pain is indescribable. I felt so consumed with how evil can be so powerful, and that evil won.
But as that 4-minute video goes on, the message changes to evil did not win. Evil did not win out in her life or anybody's life involved in that terrible tragedy, because she began to feel love and kindness, the support, as she put it, the power of God's love. Listen to the second half, a little piece of the second half of that video, as not only the video message changes, but her life as well.
People ask, but where was your God when this happened? Why didn't he stop it? God allowed others to kill his son. He allows for us all to make our own choices, good and bad, because that's the only way good can be in us, is if we freely choose it over all else. Evil didn't win that day. We'll carry on that love like she had. It's quiet. It's not on the news. It takes effort to find it. But what I've realized through all this is how strong and how big God's love really is.
And there you have it again. That's Emily's mom, Alyssa Parker, sharing all that message with all of us. And I know that's a lot of you thinking. And let me just let you in on a story here. By the way, we're going to be reading a lot of your tweets, many of you commenting, as here we are, believe it or not, a year after this tragedy. But to let you in on a little bit of our world, every morning we have a news meeting, and we go over the stories of the day. So I'm listening in as I'm driving in, and that segues to our guests, executive producer Jennifer Bernstein with us, and Stephanie Todd's with us as well, director of editorial content. So we're talking, and then Jen here shares about how this tragedy changed the way you parent. And I think you could have heard a pin drop in that room. Share some of your thoughts with us.
Well, that day really made me reflect on the way my mornings unfolded every day, trying to get my kids out of the house to school and myself to work and answering emails. And I was more of a drill sergeant and less of a loving mother. And I really just thought about those poor families, and I prayed for them that their last morning with their kid was a good morning. Because who would ever want to go out and have your last interaction with your child being so negative and then something awful happens? And so I just have reflected a lot on how our mornings are as a family. And I focus on my kids now, and I love my kids, and we spend time together. And believe me, they're still get out of the house, get out of the house. But I want them to know that when they leave me, we love each other. I love them. I'm going to see them later. They're going to see me. But it's positive and less about yelling and more about love.
How are your kids? Do you, and yours are young. Well, both of you guys, do you feel do you see any translation to them as maybe, or do you think they're just the happy-go-lucky 3- and 6-year-old? That's what you're hoping for.
My son is in kindergarten. He rides the bus every day, and I have my eyes on him till that bus pulls away. But he's a happy-go-lucky kid. And, it's hard. You see all the stuff in the news. We work in the news, and I don't want him introduced to
And that's
that.
what we want, right?
Real quick, you cannot say enough for the teachers, because they are the ones that are the protectors. And, to know that they would have to be the ones that are saving lives, their job is the most important job, and to make those teachers know that's the most important thing.
Well done.